The Battle of Kovel, fought in the spring of 1944, was a dramatic episode on the Eastern Front, where a small German garrison, trapped in the town of Kovel, found itself under siege by the advancing Soviet forces. The intervention of a specialized German armored unit led by SS Obersturmführer, so First Lieutenant Karl Nicolusi Leck, was critical in lifting the siege and securing an unlikely German victory, at least temporarily halting the Soviet advance. Nicolusi Leck's actions, particularly those involving the German Panther tanks, became a famous example of tactical armor warfare during the later stages of World War II. Kovel was strategically located on the main railway lines connecting Warsaw to the Eastern Front lines, making it crucial for the German supply and reinforcement routes. By 1944, the Red Army was relentlessly pushing westward, intending to recapture Ukraine and penetrate further into Eastern Europe. Kovel's location meant that if the Soviets captured the town, they could sever German supply lines and facilitate a faster advance, further isolating German forces stationed in Poland and East Prussia. In March of 1944, the Soviet 47th Army, backed by elements of the Second Belarusian Front, launched a concentrated attack to capture Kovel. The German forces, including the 5th SS Panzer Division Wiking, were forced into defensive positions, eventually becoming encircled in the town. Surrounded and outnumbered, the German garrison's morale and ability to fight began to deteriorate, and it was only a matter of time before the Soviet forces would overwhelm them. SS Obersturmführer Nicolusi Leck had already distinguished himself as a skilled tank commander. By early 1944, his division was equipped with the Panther tanks, a formidable German medium tank that was known for its powerful 75mm gun and sloped armor, making it one of the most effective tanks of the war. Although plagued by mechanical issues, the Panther was highly respected by both German and Soviet forces for its firepower and protection, particularly when facing the T-34 medium tanks. As the siege of Kovel wore on, Nicolusi Leck and his unit received orders to break through the Soviet encirclement and relieve the trapped garrison. The mission was risky, as the Soviets controlled all major access routes, heavily guarded with artillery and anti-tank positions. The Panthers, though outnumbered, provided Nicolusi Leck's unit with a significant technological advantage that he planned to use to its fullest. After the beginning of the attack, the 27-year-old Nicolusi Leck, the commander of the 8th Company of the SS Panzer Regiment 5 Wiking, received a radio message from the besieged commander to halt his attack and withdrew. He ordered his radio operator to ignore the call, and he continued the attack. Risking court-martial, Nicolusi Leck proceeded to fight his way through the Red Army encirclement, destroying several tanks in the process. They rolled over the Russian trenches, crushing gun positions and machine gun nests, and then German steel helmets appeared before them. They were right inside the pocket. It was exactly at 7:30 on the 30th of March 1944 when the tanks under the commander reached the Kovel railway loop and established contact with the German strongpoint. At 7 o'clock, they stopped right in front of the Wiking commander, SS General Herbert Otto Gilles command post. Out of the initial force of 17 Panthers and a Berge Panther recovery vehicle, only 7 tanks reached the Kovel defenders. Nicolae Silek's Panther tank was the first Panzer to break the encirclement, and for his actions he was awarded the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross. In this daring and well-coordinated assault, Nicolae Silek's Panthers moved quickly through Soviet-occupied territory, using speed and surprise to bypass major defensive positions. He employed classic blitzkrieg tactics, relying on maneuverability and concentrated firepower to disorient and overwhelm the Soviet defenses. The breakthrough allowed the corridor for the Kovel garrison to be resupplied and eventually for some of its forces to be extracted. The Panthers neutralized several T-34 tanks during the engagement, demonstrating the superiority of the Panther in head-to-head tank combat under skilled command. The relief of the town was a morale-boosting victory for the Germans, even though it was only a temporary success. The Panther tanks had proven their value, showcasing the tactical advantage of well-led, technologically advanced armor. Although the German forces in Kovel could not hold the city, Nicolae Silek's intervention delayed the Soviet advance and bought the German army critical time to stabilize its defensive lines further to the west. In later years, Nicolae Silek's accomplishments at Kovel were celebrated by military historians as an example of the impact of a small, well-equipped and well-led armored force could have when outnumbered and surrounded. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you want to support my channel, check out the PayPal donation link in the description or consider becoming a member. To make sure you don't miss my future work, subscribe to my channel please and press the bell notification button. Thank you and see you in the next video.